Hello, my name is Karen Zelaya, and today I'm going to be talking about wearable devices and its implements on the user. So to begin with, what are wearable devices? Wearable devices or wearable technology is defined as being an electronic computer that can be worn on the body either as an accessory or part of the clothing, and they often have a biometric functionality, such as they're able to measure your heart rate, or your heartbeat, your steps, or your temperature. So according to Inside Pharma Reports, a Cambridge Health Tech Institute, the new generation of wearable devices are going to perform functions beyond recording. So wearable devices with medical functions are going to offer various solutions for patients as well as physicians or healthcare providers. And as seen in this graph, during the forecast period between 2015 and 2022, it's projected for the market to rise a remarkably 21.3%, and they generate a revenue of $41.3 billion. So why is this important? Well, computer and mobile technology is promisingly evolving and becoming essential in our daily lives. And so the growing popularity of mobile devices led to the emergence of wearable technologies. And these wearable technologies play a key role on the center of healthcare innovation, and as well, they provide substantial impact and benefits for several other industries such as healthcare or fitness. But of course, however, what about the possible detriments that it could have on the user? This led to my research question. Should we input trust on wearable devices to monitor our health? And so before I continue with my presentation, I would like to tie it back into my stimulus material. And so extrasensory and olfactory both depict the use of technology in order to further the ways it could potentially be implemented to better human lives, and were crucial to further and advance the author's line of reasoning. So as I pointed out previously, these devices have great potential to provide direct access to the user's personal analytics that can contribute to their health, as well facilitate their preventative care and aid in the management of ongoing illnesses. For chronic conditions, these wearables could provide effortlessly detailed data in order to monitor the patient's progress without them having to go through any more uncomfortable, sophisticated, or expensive alternatives. So an example of this would be Embrace. And Embrace is a wearable device that provides an seizure, activity, and sleeping sensors, along with stress management. And so the combination of all these sensors are able to provide the tracker to depict any spikes on their activities, and as well, it's able and signify any signs of stress, anxiety, or depression. And so for my drawbacks, in spite of these promises, the actual use of consumer wearables within a clinical population still remains limited. The potential applications described previously are still in the early stages of development and have not been approved for medical use, and have so far been explored predominantly within an academic research rather than a real-world context. Patients could also suffer from negative consequences of self-monitoring by finding it uncomfortable, intrusive, and unpleasant. For instance, several studies have observed that people with type 2 diabetes who self-monitor their own blood glucose concentration did not benefit from increased glycemic control, but rather found their disease more intrusive. In addition, the reliability and validity of wearable devices is also concerning. devices marketed under the premise that they will help improve general health and fitness, but the majority of manufacturers provide no empirical evidence to support the effectiveness of their products. Recent comparison between various physical activity showed large variations in accuracy between different devices, with error margins up to 25%. So, are wearable generate data safe? Users who buy wearable devices today often do not own their data. Instead, data may be collected and stored by the manufacturer who sells the device. Being provided with only a summary of results extracted from this data creates a rather odd paradox for the use. The users own the device, but not the resulting data. Some manufacturers charge users a monthly fee for access to their own raw data, which is regularly sold to third-party agencies. Other companies are also willing to share a user's location, age, sex, email, height, or anonymized GPS tracked activities. However, anonymizing data via a simple distortion or removal of identifying feature doesn't provide adequate levels of anonymity. Digital traces of behaviors such as time or activity and user's location can reveal a person's identity. Furthermore, some wearable devices are easy to hack as a result of various communication technologies that aid the transfer of data between wearables and smartphones. While the consequences at hacks are reduced for non-invasive wearables, a well-coordinated cyber attack could lead to the patient's health data being compromised, lost, or distorted. And this leads to my resolution, which is that practitioners and researchers should try to work together and open a constructive dialogue on how to approach and accommodate these technological advances in a way that ensures wearable technology can become a valuable asset for the healthcare in the 21st century. And this is my review. Thank you.
Okay. So let me ask you a couple of questions. So, excuse me. So what advice would you give researchers who were exploring this topic?
The advice that I would give other researchers planning to research this topic is that when they are researching information on the different perspectives, to categorize the information in subgroups. That way they can have a clear understanding or approach to how it can expect to the main argument or issue.
Okay. And how did your research question evolve as you went through the process? And did you go in a different direction than you originally intended?
Actually, it did. My original plan was to research about wearable devices and the effects on human perception, but as I was researching, I found that there wasn't much reliable evidence on this topic. So, while I was doing research for my original plan, I noticed that there was a lot of reliable sources and information relating to wearable devices and the medical functions that it could provide. So I decided instead to research about whether we could input trust on wearable devices or not.
All right, thank you.